All right. What is up, everyone? We are a little late. Christmas stuff had us a little behind. Danny's coming back from, a couple minutes away. So he should be on here in about 10, 15 minutes. I'll hold down the fort until it's done. The reason I'm late is because I was updating my rankings because I hadn't updated them since Thursday. So if you guys want to, hop in here, quick start sit question, you can check the rankings for an answer there. I did update them about, 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. So they should be up to date. But Aaron, member, appreciate that. He gives us some updates here. This is definitely helpful for me. So Swift is out, so you can't play him. I know I tweeted out earlier today that Swift was going to go off, but I mean, he's out for this game. So he's going to be, he won't be playing. Bucks activate Le'Veon Bell, which will probably be the guy as a designated pass protector, so they don't have to trust Ronald Jones in that role because he stinks at it. Adam Thielen is active. He's probably going to catch a touchdown today. So if you guys are playing DFS, I would definitely play him. Damian Harris active as well. He's probably going to carry the bulk of the workload. Kelsey out. Noah Gray is a good punt tight end in DFS. Gibson game time decision 8:20 on Sunday. That's interesting. I didn't actually see that. I have Gibson, so that is very, very interesting. If I don't have Gibson, I'm going to be kind of screwed tonight. Let me see this on my app. I want to see if it says game time decision here. Optimistic. Okay. Yeah, so they're optimistic about him. I don't have another option though. Hopefully we hear something by 4 because I have Penny. So maybe if we hear something by 4, I'll be good by then. DJ Moore is active against the Buccaneers today. Akers looking to return in the postseason. Kadarius Toney active. Okay, so appreciate the update, Aaron. I'm gonna just run through all the member questions, and then I'll get to chronologically how they were asked. Okay, so he's answering somebody else. Blake. Morning, fellas. What's up? And if you guys want your questions answered right away, becoming a member is the easiest way to do so. And you can hit the join button on our YouTube page. Heartbreak today, full PPR. Pick one running back and one flex, Rojo, Javonte, and Gronkowski. Also Diggs or Josh Jacobs, half PPR. So second part of your question is pretty easy. I'm taking Stephon Diggs there. First part of your question, give me Javonte and man, that's pretty insane. In a full PPR, honestly, give me Javonte and Gronkowski there, Blake. So Aaron's just answering questions here. He's got the update again. Should I keep Andrews or play Goddard? 100% play Mark Andrews, despite the third string quarterback. Y'all rock. Appreciate it. Our gravy. What's up, guys? Got to work until 1, but wanted to say tighten up. Yes, sir. Your boy did the Lord's work for me, Jared. AJ Brown and Devontae Adams are the two players that I've had play so far. Feels pretty fucking good. And I played against Jonathan Taylor in all 3 of my leagues that I'm playing in the playoffs right now. And Jonathan Taylor had one of his worst games of the year. So that is awesome. I have so many questions. I dropped Chiefs defense and grabbed Bengals. That's good, right? Yeah, I would say that's probably a good option. I honestly might have stuck with the Chiefs against Big Ben, though. Don't forget about the FSE Discord if you have questions after the show. Yeah, Aaron's doing the Lord's work in there, apparently. Okay, so that's all the member questions and super chats. I'll get back up to the top of the order. Moneybags, the first one in here that was not a member. Hurts or Prescott, Pollard, Michael Carter, and Emmanuel Sanders. Pick 2. Thanks, boys. Okay, so give me this is such a tough question. I had a really hard time ranking Dak Prescott this week just because of how he's played recently and how he played against Washington 2 weeks ago. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts personally because the Giants are kind of just like a get-right spot for teams, and Jalen Hurts has just been so productive on the ground recently that it's hard to sit him. So I'd go with Jalen Hurts there. Pollard, Michael Carter, and Emmanuel Sanders, pick 2. I'll go with Pollard and Emmanuel Sanders, assuming he's not going to be limited in any way. I didn't actually see Emmanuel Sanders was even active. So if Emmanuel Sanders is good to go and active, I'm okay going him over Michael Carter. And then I'll go with Tony Pollard just because, he's just a much better situation there. Always appreciate your advice. No worries. Or appreciate that. And I need it today more than ever. Brady or Mahomes with Kelsey ruled out. Kittle and Aaron Jones already disappointed me this week. Okay, so if you need a ceiling, and honestly, this would have been my answer regardless, I'm going Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady. I know Carolina is, not the greatest team, but their defense is a little stronger than it looks. And their secondary is pretty strong as well. And Brady is down some weapons as well. Because you said Kelsey ruled out, but we don't have Godwin. We don't have Evans. So both of these guys are down some of their wide receiver talent or receiving talent. So give me Patrick Mahomes against a far worse Steelers defense than you probably think it is. It's really, really bad as of late. So give me Patrick Mahomes. Out of these three running backs, which two would you start? Half PPR, Justin Jackson, Rojo, Jamal Williams. I'm sitting Jamal Williams there, Maximus, pretty easily. We saw the last time that Jamal Williams was the starter for the Detroit Lions that they did mix in, another ball carrier, which will probably be Craig Reynolds in this game, and also a guy to take away some third down duty as well, which will either be, Godwin, Igwe or it's going to be Jamar Jefferson. But I would say that Jamal Williams, you're probably looking at like a 50% snap share running back this week. And he's pretty much like a borderline RB3 at that point for me. I'm not going to put him anything really higher than that. I don't think he's going to be a guy that you want to start necessarily. So we got Mitchell in here. He says Schultz or Andrews. Okay, so you're not sitting Mark Andrews. There's no chance you sit him. Also Jackson or Pollard. Give me Justin Jackson there. Do you think Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson will do well today, despite going up against the Rams? With Thielen back and Madison, still there to take over rushing duties, I do think Kirk Cousins is probably in for a good game tonight or today against the Rams. Right now in fantasy score is 23-43. I am losing. My team is Dak, Chubb. So you already had Chubb play, and it looks like he's the only one that you had play. So he's definitely put up a good game for you. And it looks like he had Devontae Adams and Jarvis Landry. So yeah, I think you're in good shape there, Gordo. With only one player playing, Adams hurts, but Adams is his best player by the looks of it. So he got his best player out of the way. Okay. So Tyler Boyd, Claypool, or Marvin Jones Jr., full PPR. It's kind of a tough question, to be honest. Marvin Jones has the best matchup of these guys, but it's also the Jags. Like, do you want to trust their offense? If you want to go for the safe play, I would say the safe play is trusting the Bengals offense of the three offenses that you have here. And then Tyler Boyd would be my option there, especially in full PPR. That kind of gives him a boost. So if you're, I don't know what your matchup is like right now. Maybe you already had some guys play. Maybe they already had some guys play and you're up. If you need the safe play, I'd go with Tyler Boyd. If you're shooting for a ceiling, give me Chase Claypool because he can catch a long touchdown. So that's probably where I'm at. Do you think I should change my lineup or am I good? My bench is Melvin Gordon, Damian Harris, Amari Cooper, Adam Thielen, and Ronald Jones. Okay, so in your lineup, no, I would keep it as is. I think you have the best options there. I'd like to get Ronald Jones in your lineup, but I'm not sitting Antonio Brown, and I'm certainly not sitting Josh Jacobs for Ronald Jones either. So I think you're good there, Gordo. Give me Jalen Waddle there in the first part of the question, Aaron. I think Jalen Waddle's just going to go hog wild today. Or tomorrow, I guess, on Monday. And then also Pitts or Knox. That's a tough question because I think Pitts has the better matchup this week. But Knox has been a lot more safe week over week than what Pitts has given you. I think the ceiling sides with Pitts. So I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts there. Aaron, I think Danny is just texting the crap out of me right now. Okay, so he said he's 3 minutes away, give or take 4 minutes ago. So he'll probably be on here in about 10 minutes. Take some pressure off me because I have some McDonald's on the way here that I need to eat at some point. Troy says full PPR, need one running back and one flex. Running backs, Miles Sanders, Ronald Jones, Justin Jackson. Give me Justin Jackson out of the running backs there, Troy, especially in full PPR. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase. I don't need to read the rest. It's Jamar Chase for sure. There. So, yeah, that's why I would go with Troy. Madison or Montgomery, full PPR. Give me Madison there, Rolando. I have, for those of you guys that have Madison, you're wondering if you should start him. Alexander Madison is currently my RB3. Now, for what it's worth, Montgomery is my RB4, so they're both pretty close, but I have Madison as my RB3 overall on the week. All right, so I left off at Maximus again, and it looks like I got a $5 super chat here from... we got a $2 one from Paul here. Mahomes or Hurts, Sony or Devontae Parker, full PPR. Give me Patrick Mahomes there, and then Sony or Devontae Parker. I will take Sony Michel. Another $2 super chat from Trojan. He said Eagles, Miami, or Falcons defense. Give me, so Eagles play the Giants. Honestly, I'd just give me the Eagles defense against the Giants. The Giants are just a dumpster fire. Need one, Pollard, Singletary, Freeman. Singletary probably has the best workload of these guys, so I'll probably go with him. I don't know, is Zach Moss playing or not? Like, I don't know if he's going to be playing in this game.
Even if he plays, like, I think he's going to be a healthy scratch, to be honest.
Yeah, Freeman also has a pretty decent workload as well.
I'll lean Singletary, honestly. He's looked decent recently, so I don't mind that. Also, you want to hear pain because obviously Travis Kelce got ruled on the COVID list today. Obviously, he's not playing. I hate to deal because this is a super contender in a 2 tight end league. and I'm playing Scott, so I need every point I can get. I had to deal a 2023 third for Tyler Conklin just so I had a second starting tight end this week.
Oh, dude, I had to deal a 2022 third for Devontae Freeman 3 weeks ago just so I had a second starting running back.
Yeah, fuck, that's paid.
Yeah, brutal.
Hopefully, if I win the championship in that league, I won't care about that third, but I would have rather played Kelsey.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so let me just get to some of these member questions here. Alex says, half point PPR. I didn't actually know Alex was a member, so appreciate you for joining on. Flex McLaurin or St. Brown. I can pick up Justin Jackson. I'd pick up Justin Jackson. Honestly, yeah. I would rather start him.
Because I think Justin Jackson will be good this week.
Yeah, I would pick up you have to drop St. Brown. It's not ideal, but I'm okay. I'm okay doing it for Justin Jackson. This is the fantasy, playoffs and championships. You got to win this week.
Yeah, this is semifinal. You got to get in there. We actually have a super chat here that I just noticed too.
It's here. Hold on. I saw them too as well. Just let me get through the member ones, and then I'll get you to read the $5 one. So Merry Christmas. Yeah. So glad to be a member. Merry Christmas to you guys. All of you guys out there. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas as well. Full PPR, Justin Jackson, Swift. So Swift is out. He's not playing. Claypool, Josh Palmer. Yeah, this is easily Justin Jackson for me at the flex. And then in terms of my dog is just going insane. Claypool would probably be my wide receiver there as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
Okay, and then so the last super chat I left off on was
did you get to Jared, by the way?
Was King Marcelo.
Did you get to Jared?
Yeah, I did. King Marcelo was the last super chat I left off on. I'll go hold the spot of the other questions.
We got Hasham here. Hasham499, appreciate that. He says happy holidays, happy PPR, pick 2. Palmer, Claypool, Tyler Johnson. I'll personally go with Claypool and Tyler Johnson here.
I will as well, yeah. I think Tyler Johnson's probably going to get moved into like the Godwin role. And I mean, it's not going to be as valuable as what Godwin gets because he's just, a much better receiver. But he's still probably going to be in line for like 6 to 8 targets, I would imagine.
Yep. We actually got another member comment from Mac. Need 3 CH, Michael Carter, Najee, Justin Jackson. I would go with are you sitting Carter or Jackson here?
I'm sitting Carter, 100%.
Carter, okay.
Dude, I have Jackson at like 14. Like I would play him over CH too.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I would sit Carter as well.
Yeah. Did you get to King Marcelo's $5 one? I didn't read that.
Oh, I thought you got to that. Sorry.
No, I didn't read that one yet.
Need D Eagles, Patriots, Miami. Also need 3 running backs: Rojo, Najee, Justin Jackson, Rams. Also Palmer, Marquise Brown. Thanks. So in terms of the defense, Eagles, Patriots, or Miami.
So we got Miami on Monday against the Saints. Patriots against the Bills. Eagles against the Giants. I'm probably just gonna Eagles against Jake Fromm. Like I gotta take the Eagles there.
I don't mind the Dolphins either, but
I don't either. But I'd rather play the Eagles defense against Jake Fromm.
To be fair,
you got Slay on the back end. He might take one to the house or something like that.
Ian Book,
true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think of that. You got some playmakers on the Dolphins defense too.
Yeah, I'd probably go Dolphins there personally.
Yeah, that one's pretty close. I think those are probably like the 1 and 2 defense on the week though. Like you got a great problem to have there.
Real though. In terms of your next question, need 3 running backs PPR. I'd probably just roll out the first 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you need 2, if that's what you meant, I would go with Najee and Justin Jackson if you only need 2.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed there. But yeah.
I actually didn't even see. He said Rams Broncos running backs. I didn't actually see that part. So Najee, Justin Jackson, and Javonte Williams is actually what I would go with over Rojo.
Yep. Marcelo, we got to it now, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay. I just saw his chat lower. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to keep track. I just got in here. We got a couple other members' comments.
King Marcelo also said Palmer, Marquise Brown. Go with Hollywood there, Marcelo.
Oh, okay. I thought that was part of the
no.
Okay. Yep. Go with Marquise Brown over Palmer. And again, appreciate the super chat. Marcelo, sorry for our confusion there because we're just trying to get on the same page because I just got in from Brantford. So either way, I appreciate you. So we missed a Jared comment he said below. So it was this one, I believe, right? Did you read this?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Myers, Harris, Claypool.
Myers.
Myers. I agree with that.
No.
We already got to that. Perfect. Got there. Blake, I'm down to need some upside. Should I stick with Hurts over Burrow? Hurts shipped a bit against the Giants last time. I would still go with Hurts if you're looking for upside because
I don't think didn't he have like 2 rushing touchdowns against the Giants? Or am I thinking of the Saints game that he had a bunch of rushing touchdowns? I'm thinking of the Saints game. Never mind. But yeah, the Giants, they held them a little bit last time, but they're still like a bad team who's probably not going to move the ball on offense, and the time of possession is probably going to favor the Eagles big time.
For sure. Pick 2 full PPR: Cooper, Thielen, Waddle.
There's no chance I sit Waddle, so Waddle's definitely in there for me. I think I'm probably sitting Cooper, to be honest.
So, I mean, you got Cooper against Washington, and you got Thielen going up against the Rams. But hypothetically, there you're
Thielen's coming off if you want to play the injury tiebreaker, he's coming off an injury. Maybe he's limited in some fashion. I'm okay going Cooper over Thielen there, but
not to mention, other than obviously the last time they played this year, like Cooper has been pretty dominant against Washington. Again, you don't want to use historical things, but he's coming off a week where he's complaining about his lack of involvement in the offense.
And if you need a ceiling too, Cooper can definitely provide you that.
Last year when he played Washington, he went 8 for 180 and 2018 he went 8 for 180 and 2 touchdowns.
I'm okay going Cooper if you need a ceiling because Thielen's, he might be limited in some fashion. I could just see Thielen getting into the end zone this week against the Rams. I could totally see it. So that's definitely possible there. All right, we caught up on supers and member comments.
One more here, actually 2 more now. Thanks,
literally
guys.
One just came in.
Appreciate you, Jared. Appreciate you hopping in. Actually got another comment here or super chat here from Cam 499. Feel free to leave your comment as well because that did not show. But yeah, if I see your comment lower, I'll read it off right away because of the super chat. And again, appreciate you. You have where we left off.
And by the way, if you guys are curious what order we're going in, so we're going in chronological order, but we skip ahead for super chats and member comments. And if you want to, skip the line, you can either become a member for $5 Canadian a month, $3.50 American, or you can leave a super chat. Otherwise, we're going to go in chronological order. So getting in here early is definitely the key. So Maximus was the one I left off on. How much would you downgrade Mark Andrews without Lamar or Huntley at quarterback? It definitely hurts him. But I'm going to assume that Josh Johnson is going to lean on Andrews just the way that Huntley did last week and the week before. So I'm still playing Andrews as a top 3 tight end.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Again, he probably goes from being like the overall number 1 tight end in my rank to like a more fringe top 3 type of option. I agree with that analysis.
Diggs or Antonio Brown? I'd actually go Antonio Brown here, to be honest. I don't want to sit Stephon Diggs, but I think Antonio Brown is probably a lock for 10 plus targets this game.
I don't mind that, but I would try to get both in your lineup, but I do agree.
Yeah, I would love to get both in your lineup, but I do think Antonio Brown is the guy I would play in that decision.
I agree. I just, again, I do trust the Bills offense, but I do trust the Bucs offense a lot more against Carolina than I do the Bills offense against the Patriots. So I agree with you there. We actually did get a follow-up question from Cam after his super chat, so I'm just going to quickly go to it because, again, he did super chat $4.99. So either way, that's the explanation for those of you who are just entering the chat. Cam says, Sony Michel or Rex Burkhead this week. Swift being out screwed me. Full PPR. Happy holidays, boys. Appreciate that. Happy holidays to you as well. I would go with Sony Michel here. I think he's pretty clear cut as the number 1 back for the Rams now. Even with Darrell Henderson back last week, we saw that Sony Michel was handling a 20-touch type of workload. This offense can be potent on any single week, particularly in a game against Vikings that I do think is going to be extremely high scoring. So either way, that's
I have no idea how much that super chat was just for.
I don't know either.
I have no idea what the currency exchange is.
I'm gonna.
I'm pulling it up. Okay. That's a healthy one. That's $80 Canadian.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, go ahead to that one. I'll let you go to that one there.
Hope you guys had a great weekend and Christmas. Appreciate the Gustavo. He says need 2 running backs and 1 wide receiver: Carter, Javonte, Zeke, Mooney, or Parker. And is there a good option playing Hunter Henry as tight end? Thanks for your help. In terms of the first question, you need the 2 running backs and the receiver. I think Javonte and Zeke are pretty clear cut as your running backs. In terms of your wide receiver, I would actually go with Mooney slightly over Parker. How do you analyze that?
Yeah, so your 2 running backs to me are pretty clearly Javonte and Zeke, like you just said. And then Mooney, to me, his usage, he was 2 plays away from having 2 touchdowns on Monday night. He had a play in the back of the end zone where he didn't get his foot down. And he also had one that went off his hands too. So he could have had a huge game last week, and he's just been producing recently. I know Nick Foles is the quarterback right now. It's not Justin Fields, who he seems to have a connection with, but Devontae Parker is probably going to be on Marshawn Lattimore with Jalen Waddle being a slot receiver. So I'm probably not messing around with Devontae Parker. And Michael Carter, we saw limited usage with Tevin Coleman on the field. Plus, it's the Jets offense. They're probably not going to move the ball a whole lot.
Yep. No, I agree with that. And again, appreciate the super chat there. We got a couple.
And he also said, is it a good option playing Hunter Henry as tight end? I think that's a fine option. I don't know who your other options are, but I think he's a fine, touchdown or bust option. And again, appreciate the $80 Canadian super chat, Gustavo.
Appreciate that. Again, we got happy holidays from Nigel. Appreciate that. You as well. THG, by the way, meant to add JK on this, so it's a joke, by the way, Bush. Flex, PPR, Barrios, Reynolds, and Craig Reynolds. Where are you leaning here? This is pretty obviously you're taking a dart throw here, but
I might take Barrios here, to be honest. Barrios gets kind of some involvement with Zach Wilson. Yeah. I know, like Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, they're both still out, so it's going to probably be Jamison Crowder, Keelan Cole, and Braxton Berrios in 3 wide receiver sets for the most part. Maybe Berrios gets in there on the outside as well. So I think Berrios is kind of like the best player out of these guys too. So I'd probably go Berrios. It's a gross decision for sure, but
I agree. That is a close decision, but I would go Berrios, and especially in a full PPR. I mean, you don't want to you don't want to call him like that prototypical like Hunter Renfrow type, but like I can see him having that type of role this week. Obviously, with Elijah Moore out for the year, he's kind of occupied that slot area. I don't mind going with Barrios there. But yeah, I appreciate all of our members, all of our super chats, and everybody watching right now. Heck, hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. But where do we leave off here?
I got the spot we left off. Okay, yeah, I'll let you keep
going. $1.99 from Ryan. Appreciate that. He says Justin Jackson over CeeDee Lamb. I would still go with CeeDee Lamb. I think
I would too.
You can't bench your superstar wide receiver. As good of a workload as I do think Justin Jackson has, I'd more so be willing to put him into one of my top 2 running back slots and start him over fringe RB1-2 type rather than put him over a guy like Lamb, who I think the Cowboys offense is going to get back on track soon. I know I've been saying that for the last few weeks, but I mean, everything that they're saying, you can't sit that type of ceiling that a guy like Lamb has, especially in a match against Washington that has been pretty volatile.
It has been very good for wide receivers traditionally, but we've seen Washington be very like hit or miss. Like they either just give it up or they actually clamp teams. It's really weird.
Yeah, definitely. Where did we leave off here? Crowder is out too. Yep, Fleck got to that. Here you have where we left off, right?
Yeah, I got it. Perfect. And for the record, for those of you guys that aren't members of Super Chatting, if you're looking for a quick, this guy over that guy, my rankings are updated. I just updated them, 20 minutes ago. So if you want to check my rankings for a quick answer, you can go ahead and do that. If you just want to fly in, fly out, get a quick answer, that will be in the description if you guys want to click the link there. I might not say the correct week, but it's the same, page. You just go to the doc that says week 16 Bush, and you guys will be able to see that. So, Gordo. My opponent had Kelsey out, Godwin out, Leonard Fournette, Evans. I think I got lucky, no cap. Yeah, I've experienced some luck this week as well. That's okay, though. That happens in fantasy.
Yep, we actually got a quick members comment here. I'm going to quickly go to from Nigel. He says, tight end Gesicki or Schultz, and LAC are Bills and Jackson over Patterson with Gibby out. Gesicki or Schultz, I would slightly lean Gesicki here. It's pretty close, obviously, but I would slightly go Gesicki, particularly in that matchup. I mean, the Saints, obviously you expect Marshawn Lattimore to, occupy one of their top receivers. If that's the case, if it's either Parker or Waddle, I don't know who's expected. Is it expect on Parker?
Lattimore, yeah, because Waddle plays in the slot, and Lattimore doesn't travel there.
Right. I wasn't sure. I just want to make sure.
And I mean, like before they took Godwin's knee out, like he was about to have a monster game too from the slot.
No, fully. So I actually would go with Gesicki there. LAC or Bills defense. Where are you leaning here? Chargers or Bills defense? Probably the Chargers against the Texans, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably take the Chargers defense. They've been pretty good against wide receivers as well. And Mac Jones is he doesn't turn the ball over, really. So he had one game where he threw a couple picks, but outside of that, he's been pretty good.
And that was against the Colts defense, and we saw what they did to Tyler last night. So, but yeah, in terms of the final question, Jackson or Patterson, where are you leaning here?
Jackson, easily.
Yeah,
Jackson.
Yeah. So
yeah. Is that Cordero Patterson or
I thought
it was Jarrett Patterson? Okay, if it's Cordero Patterson, I'll go with Cordero Patterson.
It's probably Jarrett because it says if Gibson.
Yeah, because he said if Gibson is out, so that's why I assumed it was Jarrett. But if that's Cordero Patterson, I'll go with him. But if it's if it's Jarrett Patterson, I'm going Jackson easily.
I agree with you there. Got another $4.99 from our Gravy. Appreciate that. Please ignore my upcoming comments in a rush. Concerns over Josh Allen? No way I start Burrow over him, right? Worries about Tyreek Hill double team. Merry Christmas. So, first question. Concerns over Josh Allen. the matchup is hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I mean, going up against the Patriots,
he's going to have to do it with his feet. That's what's going to have to happen.
And I think, again, the Bills are going to be motivated. They lost to the Patriots last time in that snowstorm. This is still a good football team despite how they've been playing recently. I do think this is a sort of get-right game despite the matchup. No way I start Brovrum. No, I would go with Josh Allen because he's shown that on any given week he's got QB1 overall type of ceiling. And worried about Tyreek Hill double team? Not really. I mean, typically speaking, even the best wide receivers in the league only really see double teams, 8% of their total routes? Like, yeah, maybe it might be more of an emphasis on to bracket Tyreek Hill this week, but from a straight double team standpoint, I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. Again, and we've seen the way Casey's used Tyreek Hill. If there's a matchup where a team's just going to come out in too high and bracket him all game, they're going to get him involved in the quick game. They're going to try to get the ball in his hands. He may be limited in terms of his ceiling overall. Like, he may not have a 10 for 180 and 3 touchdown performance. But I think in this type of matchup, if they play a lot more emphasis on him, you can see a 8 catch for 83 yard and maybe he scores a touchdown type of game, because no matter what, Casey's smart enough to keep Tyreek Hill involved in their offense. And he's not this prototypical deep threat or nothing type of wide receiver. Like, he is very good.
He's a slot receiver. He plays in the slot, so they use him all over the field.
Yeah, no, definitely, because the main the main argument a lot of people make against Tyreek Hill as to why they prefer like a Devontae Adams is like, oh, he's only a deep threat wide receiver. Now, he is a full-fledged 3-level threat, and they have been using him accordingly. So that's the biggest misconception people have with a guy like Hill, because they think boom or bust. But
realistically, you can't actually double team him because they play him in the slot. It's like really hard to double team a slot receiver without leaving your outside guys on an island against a guy like Hardman potentially, who has game-breaking speed as well.
Burner speed, yeah. Again, you try to cheat a safety over there, it's gonna end up trouble, especially when they have a guy like Kelsey. Now, today, obviously, they don't have Kelsey, but yeah, you mentioned
they have Noah Gray. It's okay.
Noah Gray, Blake Bell. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get up to the earlier comments here. Full PPR flex one of Michael Carter, Cam Newton, or St. Brown. I guess is a super flex. Honestly, full PPR, give me St. Brown. I don't think Cam Newton's going to do much of anything. We heard that they're going to use Sam Darnold also. Like, fuck that shit. Give me St. Brown. And appreciate that as well. Love the content. Keep it coming. We definitely will.
Appreciate that. We actually got a super chat. And
all right, I'm going to grab my food while you read those off.
All right. Should I start Ronald Jones or Justin Jackson? Give me Justin Jackson there, Willis, and appreciate that $1.99 super chat. Got another member comment here quickly. Dodged a bullet last night, played against Devontae Adams, but luckily JT underperformed. Yeah, I mean, it sucked for me because I really needed a JT big performance in one of my leagues. And I mean, 108 rushing yards from a real life perspective is super nice, but that's what we talk about PPR. It's like, yeah, you could have a really good rushing performance, but it can only net you 10.8 points because the guy doesn't catch a pass. So overall, I mean, JT has caught pass this year. He has been scoring touchdowns. So this performance is more so a one-off, if anything. But it is, pretty annoying when you have JT being that overall RB1 for the whole year, and then as soon as you play in the playoffs, 10.8 points. So let's get to the next member comment. Waddle or T? I like Waddle over T Higgins, but if something happens Monday, I have no pivot, so thinking T. Is Waddle questionable?
He might just be thinking COVID or something like that. I don't know.
I would.
Well, Waddle won't be placed on the COVID list for like 90 days now since he had it.
Yeah, I'll just go with Waddle because I do think he's pretty likely placed. But I do like T Higgins as an option. But I think Waddle's consistency. Obviously, you mentioned that matchup in the slot with the Saints. They do not know how to cover slot receivers. So I mean,
I have those guys literally back to back in my rankings though. So like, if that's what you're worried about, I'm okay making that decision.
For sure. And who is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson still the Saints like slot corner?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get his ass kicked by Jalen Waddle.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Crowder's out. Yep. I have Jared Patterson, but I can't wait until the night game to see on Gibson. Yeah, if it's Jared Patterson, then I would go. Who was it? The other option, Justin Jackson, right?
It was I wouldn't. If Jared Patterson's the starter for the Washington football team against the Dallas run defense, like I would much rather play Jackson anyway.
Yep. No, I agree with you there. Here, got another $1.99 here from Jawan. Appreciate that. He says Jamal Williams over Gibson full PPR. I would just go. Is Gibson's questionable then, right?
Yeah, he's apparently a game time decision, and that's a little sketchy for me because I don't have a pivot for him, so I need him to play.
I would just go with Williams there in Jawan's case, unless you have a really good pivot on Monday night.
I'm personally risking it. I have Rashad Penny I could play instead of Gibson at 4:00. If I hear something before 4:00, then I'll throw Penny in there, but I'm going to wait on Gibson personally.
Would you start him over Jamal then in that risk scenario?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, interesting.
I would rather pivot to a Jarrett Patterson on Sunday night if Gibson's ruled out than play Jamal Williams right now, because I don't think it's a good enough. If it's like, if you got Justin Jackson or something like that, like I'm okay doing that. But if you're pivoting from Gibson to Jamal Williams or something like that, I think you're better off just waiting for Gibson.
Yep, no, that's definitely fair. You have where we left off, by the way, right?
Yep. Okay, so hey guys, Zeke or Javonte, half PPR. Also, which defense, KC, Philly, or Bengals? So give me Kansas City and Philly is really close. Kansas City against the Steelers, like that's just such a good matchup. They've been playing really, really well too, but I'll take Philly still.
I'll go with the Chiefs slightly there.
Yeah, I mean they're both like really, really good options, so I don't think you can go wrong there. Zeke or Javonte, I'm taking Javonte Williams.
That's fair. No, I definitely can see that case being made. So
yeah, Sleeper also actually hates Javonte, by the way. Have you seen their projections for him? Like he's projected like 9 points in my league, and like Rashad Penny's projected like 12.5. I'm like, what's wrong with these people?
Jesus.
Anyway,
we actually got another super chat here from Ryan. I'm going to quickly get it too. Appreciate that. Ryan says, which two do I start? Gage, Harris, St. Brown, Penny. I personally would go with St. Brown and Damon Harris pretty easily here. Assuming you agree.
Yeah.
But he's mucking. He loves it.
Yeah, I got some McDonald's right here.
What'd you order?
Egg McMuffin or sausage and egg McMuffin or whatever.
Attaboy.
All right. So we got Craig Reynolds now that Swift is out, Devontae Booker or Jordan Howard. Now that Swift is out, I'm okay going Reynolds there.
I don't mind Reynolds. Yeah, no, if he wasn't playing like well from a real life perspective, it'd be tough. But I mean, he's gotten a decent amount of volume and he's been pretty good when Swift has been out. So I don't mind rolling that out there.
I'm actually going to take that back. I'm going to go Jordan Howard.
Really, eh?
Him and Sanders split snaps last week, like pretty evenly. And the Giants' run defense is terrible. I'd imagine the Eagles are just going to run it down their throat. So Jordan Howard, 15 carries and a potential for a touchdown on the goal line. I think that's probably safer than Craig Reynolds with Jamal Williams playing.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
And Tim Boyle is the starting quarterback too. Patterson or Kamara, full PPR. Give me Kamara there, Rolando. I ain't sitting him in the semifinals.
Also, side note, in my one semifinal, Scott had freaking Chase Edmonds. Chase Edmonds had 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness I had Devontae Adams. Otherwise, I would have been super, super upset. Because, I mean, Devontae went, 10 for 120 and 2 touchdowns. Like,
love to see it. Imagine having Devontae Adams and A.J. Brown gone. That's what I was dealing with. And Jonathan Taylor dropping 11.8 points. Love to see it.
Yeah, that's nutty. I'm gonna need some luck against Scott, bro. He's got a unit of a team, but I mean, maybe Conklin has a game because I picked him up. Who knows? Third round pick. Like, if he wins me this matchup, I'm okay giving up that value. So
for sure. Okay, so Mark says Amari, Pollard, Devontae Smith for the flex. Give me Amari Cooper there. I'll take him over Devontae Smith.
I agree there. Appreciate
you both holding the channel down. Happy holidays. Appreciate you, Rolando. Always appreciate the caps lock comments.
Facts. We got a quick couple super chats here. One from Hector, one from Zach. We'll get to. Appreciate both of y'all and everybody in the chat, quite frankly. Members, super chatters, and obviously all the subscribers that are watching. By the way, if you are watching and you are not subscribed, click that down below. I mean, help us get to 10,000 subscribers, currently at about 8.6 thousand. I want to see that growth. I want to see us try to get 10,000 by the time the Super Bowl hits. So let's make that the goal. Either way, let's get to the super chat. Sorry, went long-winded there. With Evans and Mike Williams out, I need one wide receiver between Palmer, Barrios, Sanders, or if you have a better option, I can look for. Thanks. Where would you? I probably would slightly lean. It's between Palmer and Barrios. Probably. I would want to know the.
You're not going Emmanuel Sanders over those guys?
Man, I don't know what to do with Emmanuel Sanders right now. Because like, you got a tough matchup, obviously, with the Patriots. The involvement hasn't been there recently. Seen kind of Gabe Davis outperform him in these last couple of weeks. I know the snap percentages might indicate otherwise.
Gabe Davis is out.
He's out officially?
As is Beasley.
Okay, then I would go Sanders there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize Gabe was out. I knew
both
Beasley
of them are out on the COVID list. That's why it's Sanders for me. It's not really close, to be honest, because I also am trusting Josh Allen.
I didn't I didn't realize Davis was on it. I knew Beasley was on it. I didn't know Davis was on it. So
yeah, I mean, Palmer's a decent option, I guess, as well. But I think Palmer benefits more from Keenan Allen being out than he does Mike Williams being out.
Yeah, no, that is fair. Though Palmer is more obviously an outside wide receiver, so typically speaking, he would be in that role. But either way, I did not realize that Gabe Davis was also on the list, so therefore I would actually go with Sanders. So glad you mentioned that because that completely flipped my decision. So, and as always, appreciate the super chat. $5 from Zach here. He says, pick 2, Monty, Miles, Jackson, and sit 1, DKAB, Javonte, CH. Happy holidays, fellas. First question.
I'm sitting Miles Sanders there. Montgomery and Justin Jackson's what I'm going with.
Miles versus Monty's close, but I would agree.
Miles versus Monty is not close in my rankings. Really? I have Montgomery as my RB4.
Really?
Week.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think they're more like 1-2 type of guys for me. RB1, RB2, like fringe top 15. But
I have like 20 spots between them.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Miles has been getting decent involvement recently, so. But do we trust the Eagles? I don't know. Yeah, that's fair. Especially with Jordan Howard coming back. Yeah. Sit 1 between DK, AB, Javonte, CH. Happy holidays.
You know where I'm going.
You know where we're going. Yeah.
You're sitting CH.
Yep.
It's a good matchup for him though, and he actually saw usage. He actually saw some 2-minute drill usage, which is new for him. He's never really seen that. So, I mean, Metcalf's a little hard to trust, but I'm not sitting DK Metcalf in the fantasy semifinals.
No shot. But yeah, again, appreciate that super chat. We actually got a new member, Colin. Appreciate that. One of our prime consultation.
I tweeted out AJ Brown, like, 7 for 190 and 2 touchdowns or whatever, and he's like, from your lips to God's ears. That I did it again for Devontae Adams on Twitter, and he's like, it looks like you got his ear right now,
buddy. I wish you did that for JT for me, but
I tweeted. I'm glad I didn't do it because I faced Jonathan Taylor in 3 different leagues.
I know, I'm messing with you. We actually got a member comment from Colin after he became a member. So if you guys are watching this, become a member. You'll get your comments answered right away. But either way, need 2 running backs and 2 flex. Zeke, AB, Javonte, Cordero, Rojo, and Miles. So Zeke, AB, Javonte, Cordero is where I'm going here.
Yeah, I'm going with that as well.
Yep. And again,
you're going to play Zeke over some of those guys?
Play Zeke versus Rojo is probably the
I'm playing Rojo there.
Playing Rojo over Zeke?
I will literally bet you that right now, too.
I don't mind that. Let's do it.
Yeah. Go a little bucks on Cowboys violence.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah. Give me Rojo over Zeke all day and twice on Sunday.
Bet. Well, I mean, it is Sunday, so let's go.
Yep.
You like that? My mom was just laughing.
Yeah.
We got another super chat here from Steven. Appreciate that. $10 Canadian. He says, started AJ Brown, Adams, Kittle, and played against Taylor. Have you guys heard who's getting the bulk of the carries between Michelle and Henderson? Who would you start? Miami defense, Chargers. So in terms of your matchup, obviously AJ Brown, Adams did phenomenal. Kittle,
the Lord's work is what they did.
Taylor did bad. So you're in a really, really good position right now is what I'm gathering from this. In terms of who's getting the bulk of the carries, I think it's pretty easily Sonny Michel. He is.
We don't actually know, I guess, technically, because Henderson was coming off of an injury. Maybe that's why he was limited to some fashion. But at this point, I think you really don't have a choice but to believe Sonny Michel is at least going to handle 50% or more of the carries, and potentially get that work. But if I had to guess from Sosa and like some of the guys that I follow on Rams Twitter, it sounds like Michel's the starting running back.
Yep. No, Sosa's been saying that too recently.
Yeah.
He also, it's so funny every time he goes on his Arizona fraudulence rant. He's like, the biggest fraudulent team. I'm like,
yeah,
I wouldn't go that far because you got to banter between the Rams, being a Rams fan and talking about the Cardinals. That's basically like me saying the Eagles are going to be frauds, but I don't know.
I said it when the Panthers were looking very good. Fraudnals.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
The fraudsters.
The fraudsters. Yeah. Can you say Tyree?
Did we get to the other part of that question?
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't.
Yeah, Miami or Chargers. Yeah, give me the Dolphins there.
Yep.
Yeah, against Ian Book.
Yep, pretty easy there. And appreciate the super chat. Can you say Tyreek Hills and Jamar Chase's stat line, please?
Tyreek's going off. He's gonna have a monster game. I think Tyreek's like a 16 target, 11 reception, 120 yards and a touchdown or something, like just peppered, just a PPR machine this week. Jamar Chase, I'm sorry to say, is going to disappoint people this week. I think it's T. Higgins Central this week.
Thank you. I played Jamar Chase in 2 of my semifinals today, so I needed that.
Give me like not a terrible game. Give me like a 4 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown, but not like a monster game.
2-point conversion instead of touchdown.
Nah.
Two other sleeper chats here. What do y'all use for fantasy alerts, injury, etc? I just turn my sleeper alerts on, and they basically cover a lot of that.
Yeah, and we also have on Draft Sharks, the site I write for DFS, we also have shark bites that are free, I believe. I think you need to be a premium subscriber to see the shark bites. So you can always just go to the Draft Sharks website and just look at the shark bites, and it's just all the updates that you'll see going in the morning. I know Small is grinding those out every Sunday morning.
Definitely. But yeah, Sony or Penny. I would go with Sony Michelle there, Ryan. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I personally am making that decision. So yeah, I am going with Sony Michelle because I had Swift and I was like, do I start Penny or Sony here? Gonna go with Sony. Hopefully we hear concrete news on Gibson before 4 p.m. so I know if I can wait on him or if I have to start Penny.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you. That's good for me. Yep. Another super chat here from Trojan, Javonte or Justin Jackson. This is a really close one. I think for workload, you would say Justin Jackson, but just give me Javonte's efficiency here.
Yeah, give me Javonte there.
That is a pretty close comment.
It's a fucking phenomenal matchup too. Did you see the tweet I made today? So obviously the Swift part of it isn't going to come true, but I said 6 receptions, 150 total yards and a touchdown for Swift. But then I said like 9 for 113 and 2 touchdowns for T. Higgins. And I said 70-yard rushing touchdown for Javonte Williams. Jeez. I'm feeling a big run out of him today.
Let's hope so. You have where we left off, by the way, right?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
We're like extremely behind on the non-member and super chat comments, but that's a good thing. Appreciate the support to those of you guys. So definitely appreciate that. Lights in here. He says, in full PPR, was I wrong to choose Jackson over Rojo? No, in full PPR, I think Jackson's definitely going to get more receiving work than Ronald Jones. With Le'Veon Bell active, they're probably not going to use Ronald Jones much of anything in the passing game, maybe a screen pass here or there, but that's probably all you're going to get out of him from a PPR aspect. Should I sit? No, you should never sit Justin Jefferson is what I just saw. Should I sit Justin Jefferson for Chase? No, Ramsey isn't going to shadow Justin Jefferson. He's only shadowed 2 receivers in the last 2 years. It's been Devontae Adams and DK Metcalf. So I don't think there's any need to sit Justin Jefferson. And he's also good enough to beat Ramsey too. And then he said, should I sit Lamb or Allen for Chase? So Lamb or Keenan Allen for Chase? I would play Chase over. No, I wouldn't. I would go with Lamb and Allen over Chase, but it's close, man. Lamb and Chase is really close for me. I'm not sitting Keenan Allen or Justin Jefferson though. Yeah, Danny's just eating right now. Looks like we got a super chat. I don't know if you want to go down to that and click on it. So Amon-Ra or Renfro. Give me Renfro there, Alex, with Darren Waller out again. I think that's pretty clear. So our Gravy actually asked that in a super chat, so I'll just skip over that. Damn question's already queued up. I was wondering DJ Moore or Fant in a 2-point tight end premium. I'm okay going Fant there, honestly. DJ Moore is going to get the Carlton Davis treatment, and Jamel Dean's also active today too. So I don't think DJ Moore is probably going to have a huge game. I bet the Panthers pass for like 150 yards or less in this one. I don't think it's going to be a big passing output game for them. If they get anything done, it'll probably be via Cam's legs and Chuba Hubbard potentially. But I'd actually go Fant just in the tight end premium scoring. I think it gives them a boost. Worried about getting, oh yeah, we already talked about that. Zeke or Madison, PPR. Give me Alexander Madison by a landslide there. I think that's not even close. Looks like we got another super if you want to go down and click on that. Okay, I guess we got 2 then. Start 3 PPR, Madison, Mixon, McLaurin, Rojo, Justin Jackson. Madison is a clear lock here, as is Mixon, I think, too. And then it's between probably Justin Jackson, Rojo, and McLaurin. Give me Justin Jackson over Rojo and McLaurin. I don't want to sit Terry McLaurin in the fantasy semifinals, but
Trayvon Diggs, no joke, boy.
Trayvon Diggs he held him to 0 catches before he got his his injury, his concussion last time they played. So I'm probably going to go with Justin Jackson.
For sure. And again, appreciate the super chat. 49 from Cobwell, Tony Pollard, Devontae Freeman, half PPR.
Freeman.
Yeah. No,
Freeman's got the better workload. I know Tony Pollard's probably got the higher ceiling, like on a play-in, play-out basis, because he's just a better running back and he can break off a long one. But the Washington defensive front is no joke. I'm going to play Freeman with the better workload there. And it looks like Spicy Hot. You weren't a member before? I didn't even know that. I thought he was already a member. But you love to see it. Appreciate it. Oh, did you get another one? Oh yeah, St. Brown, Gibson, or Harris. If that's not, it's got to be Damian. There's no way that's Najee. If that's Damian Harris, I'm probably going to, man, it's so hard with Gibson's injury to know which direction you're going to go there. I'd probably go with Damian Harris, to be honest, out of these options. If this is full PPR, I might go St. Brown, though. That's close, man. It depends. If you have any other options like on Monday or Sunday night that you can pivot to in case Gibson is out, I would much rather play Gibson than these guys. But if Gibson might not play, then I'm okay pivoting away from Gibson.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Justin Jackson or Saquon Barkley PPR. I have to check my rankings. I don't know who I have higher.
I'll go Jackson against the Texans.
I have, I have Jackson higher.
Yep. We actually got another member comment from Spicy. I'll quickly go to Kirk or Trevor, and then Freeman or Justin Jackson full PPR. Give me Kirk Cousins over Trevor Lawrence. I'm assuming this is who you're referring to.
Yeah, easily. And then also Freeman or Jackson over Freeman pretty easily as well.
I agree with you there. And again, appreciate the member comment as always.
Yep. Steven, I'm trying to find beat reports for the timeshare. I'd like to know. Yeah, I can't really find too much on the reports. From what I've seen, it's just kind of people offhandedly, like Jordan Rodriguez mentioned it last week before the game that Sony Michel was still going to get the bulk of the carries. And she's like one of the better beat reporters that I've seen for the Rams. And she's kind of been on the Michel over Henderson train for a while now. So I'm probably just going to trust that Michel probably out touches him going forward until Cam Akers, Super Cam comes back. Arnold to go at tight end for the Jags. Dan Arnold's back. I don't even think they activated him yet.
I thought he was hurt.
Yeah, he is. I don't think they activated him off IR yet. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's even activated off the IR. Yeah, that's Justin Jackson there, Spicy Hot. I had the two Ravens quarterbacks. Is it worth picking up Matt Ryan or Tua or the other Ravens QB?
Tua.
Yeah, I'd probably go Tua over Josh Johnson or Matt Ryan. Moreau or ASJ without Kelsey can't express how devastating it is. Yeah, that definitely sucks. I'm probably going to go with Moreau in PPR. I think he has the higher target upside in that offense, just the way they operate. Do you think Goddard is good to go this week? I haven't heard that he's going to be out. I think he's probably going to be active if we haven't heard anything yet. So I'll go Goddard there. He's ready to go for sure. With Swift out, should I play Reynolds or Howard? I think we already answered this question, but give me Jordan Howard there. I think he has a better opportunity with the Eagles probably playing with a big lead this week.
Okay. We actually got two member comments. I have RB1, RB2, Monty, and CEH, and at the flex, Justin Jackson. Would you consider starting Jared Patterson if Gibby out over anyone else?
Yeah, I'm probably just going to go. I think Nigel already asked this or somebody else already asked this, but I don't know how many running backs you can start, but I would rather just start all three of those guys than wait on Gibson if you can help it. Or if you can only start two, I'd go with Jackson and Montgomery. Freeman or Josh Reynolds PPR. Yeah, give me Devontae Freeman there. I think he's just got a safer workload than Josh Reynolds is just a little sketchy. Is that all a member? I think we got a new member as well. Brock, classic, came a new member. And again, the more members we have, we're going to eventually start running some polls for video ideas and stuff like that. And just, stuff like that in general. And we'll probably also in the off season do like a weekly members live stream once we get a number of members, and we'll talk about, dynasty and the draft and all that kind of stuff. And we might post that to YouTube after we're done that. If that's cool with y'all, that's probably what we're going to do with the members. And maybe next year during the season, we might do a members only live stream as well. At some point in the week.
For sure. And we actually got another super chat and a couple member comments. So Sanders or Kamara full PPR, scared of Saints out. I'm still going with Kamara here pretty easily. How about you?
Yeah, it's got to be Kamara for sure.
And
Ian Book might actually rely on him more than Taysom Hill ever did too. Like that's the thing with Kamara is that he's going to be out there running routes. If you got a scared ass Ian Book out there, he's going to look for the best player on his offense pretty often.
And again, yes, I appreciate the super chat. Brock says pick one full PPR: Carter, Craig Reynolds, Knox, Hubbard, Palmer. Am I crazy? I want to go Dawson Knox here.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Dawson Knox. I trust him by far the most. With Diggs locked up by J.C. Jackson, might not have the best game this week. Emmanuel Sanders, the only other passing option with Beasley and Gabriel Davis out. I think Knox probably catches 6 or 7 passes in this game in full PPR. That'll definitely get you there.
Yep, for sure. Got a couple other members' comments. Last one, sorry, Fant or Moreau full PPR. Where are you leaning here?
I'm taking Fant there. I know Moreau has been pretty decent, but I think the ceiling of Fant is a little enticing in this one. It's pretty close because this game is probably not going to be that like high paced or anything like that. And I don't really trust Drew Lock in general, but I'll go with Fan. I think he's just going to be more efficient on his targets.
Agree with you there. I had to wait because I was busy smoking that Cardinal. Yeah, I mean, heck, can we talk about the fact that the Cardinals missed 2 field goals, an extra point, gave up a safety? Like they're unraveling.
I mean, you got to give some credit to Brock's Colts though too. They're
No,
playing very disciplined. They're playing like Patriots football. Like you make the mistakes and we'll capitalize on them kind of football.
Also, I mean, I'm not a Carson Wentz guy by any means, but he had one hell of a throw at the back of the end zone to Desmond Patton. I'm not sure if you saw
Desmond Patman or whoever the hell that is.
Yeah, he. The only reason I actually know him because like I've seen him on a couple of Michael Pittman's YouTube videos. They're like super close. So like I'm like, okay, Desmond Patman or whatever. He was like a 6th round pick a couple years ago. And either way, I mean, you see Carson Wentz rolling out to the left, completely freaking crosses body, whips it into the back of the end zone. I'm like, dude, like that's like 2017 Carson Wentz type of throw.
Well, Carson Wentz has never been a guy that has struggled with arm talent. It's the reason he went 2nd overall.
For sure. It's just the decision making and the accuracy at times.
Yep, for sure. Okay, so back up to the non-member comments up here. We got I guess Brock, I don't know if he asked this again, but Knox, Carter, Hubbard, full PPR. I think he just asked that. That's Knox for sure. Standard need a tight end between Kmet, Higbee, Cook, or Ingram. I'm taking Jared Cook. There's no Donald Parham. There's no Mike Williams either. And no Austin Eckler either. So it's just literally going to be Keenan Allen, Justin Jackson, and Jared Cook as the pass catching options. Maybe Josh Palmer, Jalen Guyton contribute, but I actually really like Jared Cook this week in DFS and in season long.
Agree with you there. We actually got 2 other members' comments here. Carson's probably in this spectacular place. I fully agree with you. That's why
he's got the Jameis Winston syndrome a little bit.
Like I want the Colts to go far in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, especially for your sake. Like I think other than maybe KC, the AFC is pretty wide open. Like you guys could pretty much get to the AFC Championship. It's just you need Carson Wentz to.
They're the type of team that could beat Kansas City though. The way that they play.
Yeah,
Kansas City's been kind of undisciplined this year. If they could force them to make some mistakes or whatever in like an AFC Championship game and get Taylor going, obviously, like they could potentially win that type of game. But obviously, if the game script goes in a different direction, it'd be pretty hard.
Good luck to everyone today. Thank you, FSE. You guys are the best. Appreciate that, Nigel. Glad we're able to help as always. But yeah, you can go back up, Kirk.
Yeah. So we had Skull Vikings fan Kelsey out. Just moved Andrews to tight end, Miles Sanders or Josh Jacobs. So you had Kelsey and Andrews. That's pretty wild. Give me Josh Jacobs over Miles Sanders in the flex today. Skull Vikes fan.
Also, I have to say one thing to you, Bush.
What's up?
Because of a bunch of injuries and Scott's thoughts, are you going Barrios or Laquan Treadwell this week?
Barrios.
Yeah. Okay. Half PPR.
Yeah. Half PPR.
I lost like Cooks and like.
I'm sorry. I'm just double checking my lineups to make sure I'm not screwed anywhere.
I'm going mostly just the teams that are still in it. Obviously.
I'm sitting Chase Claypool in the Listener Dynasty League, in the semifinals.
Really?
I played Jarvis Landry over him.
Damn.
Not the greatest outing from Jarvis Landry, but honestly, like Chase Claypool would have probably got me 2 points. So,
literally though, are you?
Okay, so New Life says thoughts on Najee this week. I think he's going to be just fine. He's actually one of my favorite DFS plays this week because I don't think anybody's going to play him. Everybody's going for cheap running backs, so and I like expensive wide receivers. So I actually don't mind going the opposite. Expensive running backs, cheap wide receivers. New Life says Brady or Burrow. I'll take Tom Brady there against Carolina. Melvin Gordon or Devontae Parker at flex PPR. Give me Melvin Gordon there, Hayden. Full PPR, need a wide receiver and flex AB DK. Claypool. I'm taking AB as my wide receiver, David Montgomery as my flex option there, Jose.
Sorry about that. I'm just checking some
No,
stuff.
No worries. I'll speed through a couple of these while I can. Devontae Parker, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Amari Cooper, I'm guessing, at flex. I'll probably just take the ceiling of Amari Cooper over Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know he's been pretty solid, but I think Amari Cooper's worth the risk there. Hurts or Prescott? This is such a tough decision, man. I'll take Jalen Hurts, though.
I don't mind that. I think
it's him. So Hurts, Burrow, and Prescott are back to back in my rankings, and I have no idea which order I would start them in. They're like all so close.
I think because of the way the Cowboys' offense has been playing, you probably have to lean Hurts slightly. But again, if you were to tell me tomorrow that Dak Prescott on Sunday Night Football put up like 375 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, like I wouldn't be shocked because exactly. this offense is all the talent in the world. They've just been in a slump.
Yeah, for sure.
But you have where we left off. We actually got another super chat quickly. Actually, I just noticed from our gravy. Sorry about that. Waited 2 minutes, but Pitts over Schultz, right? In PPR, yes, I would actually go with Pitts over Schultz.
I love Pitts this week in DFS as well. I think Pitt. I maybe I'm getting my hopes up because I have Pitts in my home league and he has done pretty much butt fuck nothing since week 6 or whatever. So I need Pitts to come in big with a big performance today, especially if I got to wait on I had the matchup in the bag right now because I had Adams and AJ Brown already play. He already had Jonathan Taylor and Deontay Foreman play, who didn't really do much of anything. So I'm ahead in my matchup right now. So I might be leaning the safe play, waiting on Gibson. I might just play Rashad Penny just so I don't have to risk it. But Pitts needs to come through for once.
I'm just gonna say one thing because Crackshot says Dak has been exposed, just like Mahomes was exposed earlier this year.
Oh God, don't get Danny started, please.
Just like Brady was exposed last year midseason. I mean, elite quarterbacks go through rough stretches.
I told you about the Sycamore thing when he tweeted Tom Brady's broken.
Yeah,
and then we didn't lose another game.
I've seen Cowboys fans think Dak is broken, which is Emmanuel Ocho. Do you see what I said in the group chat?
What did he say?
He's like, don't look now, but Carson Wentz currently has 25 touchdowns and 6 picks. Dak has 25 and 10. It's like, are we still using touchdown to interception analysis in 2021? Is that?
To be fair, Carson Wentz has played pretty decent this year.
He's played pretty decent, but that's how we're analyzing quarterbacks by touchdown.
If we look at the end of the year and Carson Wentz has 33 touchdowns and 7 picks, I'd call that a good season.
Oh, no, definitely a good season. Yeah. But that touchdown interception ratio is so outdated in terms of analysis. We have so many good.
Carson Wentz is everything we thought Sam Darnold would be this year.
Literally, though. Just saw Swift is out. TMC Eckler already out for me. I'm going to roll Patterson tonight. Smart. In that situation, I don't think you have a choice. So I don't.
Yeah. You got to go with Cordero there.
Yep. Jarrett, but yeah.
Is it Jarrett
tonight?
Oh, he said tonight. Yeah. You're kind of fucked. So yeah, you gotta.
Carson Wentz never gets exposed because he's never that good. Step up.
Yeah. All right. So it's 1 p.m. Again, if we didn't get to your question, I apologize. Again, but the rankings are available. If you guys have a 4 o'clock question or whatever, you can check the rankings for that, or a question about, Sunday night's game or whatever. For those of you guys that have Antonio Gibson, say, let's get a prayer circle going that he plays tonight. Because I need him, and I'm sure you guys do as well. So, take it easy, guys. Appreciate all the super chats. Shout out to Gustavo for the biggest one of the day, and enjoy the football. Good luck to everybody.
No offense, but as a Cowboys fan, I'd rather not see him out on the field tonight.
True.
But yeah, peace out, y'all.